Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm sorry it took so long to post this video. I had actually tried earlier this week and, passing along the information that I was wanting to discuss. But really I found out that the amount of information that I was trying to cram into the video was just way too much. It was not feasible for a single video. Not that I felt all the information I was giving was superfluous, it's just I didn't realize I had that much to say. So what I'm going to try to do is condense this more into not condense, spread it out into 2 or 3 videos, just to make sure I'm getting everything out there that I want to get out there. Basically, this is going to be the top 5 things that I think every gigging musician or even potentially beginner musician should have that has nothing to do with music. All of these things on this list have roles that are outside of, playing music, and thus I think somewhat they're more important because of that. You have uses for them outside of this. So we'll start with this one. I'm going to put 2 into this particular video because the first one is pretty straightforward. But hearing protection. These little guys are foam earplugs that you can just kind of squeeze and roll in your fingers, stick them in your ears. They expand to fill the space and block out louder noises. These are, we'll do in a pinch, and are definitely the cheapest option out there as far as hearing protection. I've personally used these before, and they do work okay. You can get like a bag of 50 of these for 10 bucks. So decent option to get started on it, and if you do need to share with somebody forgets theirs or whatnot, they are there. My personal preference, if we're just talking about hearing protection, actually are these. These are Alpine earplugs. So these are silicone, I believe, silicone rubbery material that are definitely higher quality than the foam ones. But again, just stick them in your ears. They do have interchangeable degrees of hearing protection. And the backups are in the bottom here. It's a twist off. But the reason I've included earplugs, I hope, is self-evident here. You're around things that can make a lot of noise. Just about everything on stage with you when you are playing, even if you're practicing, if you have an electric guitar or an electric bass, or if you're a drummer, almost all of your amplifiers and stage speakers, monitors, mains, what have you, are able to hurt your ears or make you lose your hearing, at least gradually. So protect them. If your hearing is gone, it's going to be tough to play music, among other things. But another reason to include hearing protection, and the reason I like Alpine, and other brands have this too, is they attach to your keychain. I did have a pair of earplugs that had a similar case to this that I didn't use because I didn't put it on my keychain, and then I lost it. Kind of defeated the purpose of having the earplugs. But definitely have something ideally you can put on your key ring, or something that's always going to be with you. I'm always going to have my keys. I got to get to the show somehow. I got to get to practice somehow. But the nice thing about having hearing protection handy is there are definitely other situations that they are useful. I've been to rock concerts where, you're inside. The amount of sound and volume coming out of their main speakers is far beyond what is healthy for you. And I'm sure you guys have had it where you've come out of a concert or something and your ears are kind of ringing, or just everything kind of sounds a little dead. This can prevent that. Just pop them in. If there's really a song you want to hear full bore, take them out, for that song, put them back in for the rest of it. You will be glad you did, because hearing is kind of important. So that's my spiel on your hearing protection. Again, there's no real particular order, but if you're going to go for something first, the earplugs that I showed you, the Alpine ones, are about 20 to 30 bucks at most. And again, you can get a 50 pack of these for like 10 bucks. I think they have even larger packs, like 200 if you really want to go crazy. But just protect your ears. That's the moral of the story there. Alrighty, now that we got the first thing out of the way, the second thing on my list is kind of multifaceted. And again, part of the reason that I'm putting this early on is because it has actually really helped me grow in my musical journey or career. Now, when you're first starting off and you're trying to play gigs and whatnot, probably one of the hardest things to do is to memorize music or songs or lyrics or whatever. So having something with you that can aid in that, which allows you to schedule gigs without necessarily having something memorized, is tablet. I've heard not so kind things said about having a tablet on stage, but this is really the brains of the operation when it comes to my music. This has tablature on it, chord charts. It has my mixer interface. I have a wireless mixer that is controlled by this, and I also have my Google Calendar on it, along with like Facebook Messenger. All of these things I use for music. Obviously, tablature speaks for itself. Just so I have most of everything that I play on stage memorized, but the last thing I want to have happen is like draw a blank on something. At least I have it here to give me a little bit of a kickstart about what we're playing. Second up, the Facebook Messenger. Both of the bands I'm in utilize Facebook Messenger to make sure we're in contact with each other, scheduling practices, scheduling gigs, that sort of thing. Those sorts of things. Google Calendar. Both of the bands I'm in use Google Calendar to schedule gigs, to actually have them on the calendar. That was a big thing for me because a few years ago when I started gigging really heavily, when it was, scheduling issues came up, I did not have Google Calendar. I was not keeping good track of what I had going on. And because of that, I double booked myself. It's a really bad feeling when you got to tell one of the bands you're in that I can't play. I had already booked this, even after you said you were going to be able to do it. It's a bad feeling. It sucks for you. It sucks for your band because then they have to scramble to figure out what's going on and be organized. Get a calendar. Even if it's not Google Calendar. If you don't want to get one of these, because these can be, depending upon what you get, 130 to 400 bucks. Get a date book. Get a pocket calendar. Make sure you're organized. And then the reason I just picked this is because it can do a lot of stuff. Now, everything that this can do, my phone can do as well. The thing I'm filming on, that's why I'm not showing it. But especially when you're on stage, having a bigger screen, brighter screen potentially, is helpful. So, again, these are not really in any particular order. But these are all things that I found were very helpful. So if I miss anything, please feel free to give me a comment, shoot me a message. I do have 3 more things that I believe I'll put into the next video. It should only be 2 videos. Yeah, if anything seems like it's missing or you have any questions for me on my preferences for equipment or anything, feel free to reach out to me. Again, guys, thanks for stopping by and good luck on the music. Bye.